Emily Carter had always been alone. Since childhood, she had struggled to make friends, not because she didn't want to, but because she felt different. People never understood her. She often sat in the school cafeteria, watching groups of friends laugh and talk, wishing she could be a part of something like that. "Mom, why does nobody want to be my friend?" she had once asked as a child. Her mother, brushing a hand through her hair, had smiled. "You're special, sweetheart." People don't always understand special. That thought had stuck with Emily. She was different, unique, and she believed that one day someone would come along who would see her for who she truly was. When she arrived at Lincoln University, she saw him. Jake Thompson, tall, athletic, and effortlessly charming. Jake was the kind of person who lit up a room just by walking in. He was kind to everyone, always smiling, always joking. And for the first time in her life, Emily felt something she had never felt before: connection. Then, though they had never spoken, she knew he was meant for her. The obsession begins at first. Emily was content just watching him from afar. She memorized his schedule, when he went to the gym, what time he had classes, where he sat in the cafeteria. She followed his social media accounts, learning his likes and dislikes. She knew his favorite songs, his favorite colors, even the way he liked his coffee. But admiration soon turned into obsession. She started writing him anonymous notes, slipping them into his locker. Simple at first: "You have the most beautiful smile." But they soon grew more intense. "I dream about you every night," one said. Another read, "No one will ever love you like I do." She imagined the moment he would finally realize it was her, how he would sweep her into his arms and confess that he had always felt the same way. But Jake didn't react the way she had hoped. Jake's perspective. Unease grows. At first, Jake found the notes amusing. A secret admirer? It was flattering. His friends teased him about it, but he laughed it off. However, as the messages became more possessive, more personal, he started feeling uneasy one day. He found a note in his bag. The handwriting was delicate, almost elegant, but the words sent a chill down his spine. "If I can't have you, no one can." Jake's stomach twisted. This wasn't just some harmless crush anymore. He started noticing things. How sometimes he felt like he was being watched. How certain belongings of his seemed to be misplaced. A photo of him and his ex-girlfriend went missing from his dorm. Someone had been in his space. He tried to ignore it, but the feeling lingered, a constant weight pressing down on him. And then, one night, Emily saw him with another girl. The breaking point. It was a warm evening. Jake was outside the student lounge, laughing with a girl from their class, Anna. She playfully pushed his arm, and he chuckled, leaning in closer. Emily saw everything. Something inside her snapped. The world blurred, and all she could see was betrayal. How could he? Didn't he know they were meant to be together? Didn't he feel it the way she did? Rage and heartbreak twisted inside her, blending into something dark. That night, she made a decision. If Jake wouldn't be hers, then he wouldn't belong to anyone. The confrontation the next day, Emily waited outside the gym, a small knife hidden inside her bag. Her hands trembled, not with fear, but with anticipation. Finally, Jake emerged, wiping sweat from his brow, headphones around his neck. He looked up and noticed her. She stepped forward. "Hey, Jake." He hesitated. Hey, do I know you?" Her heart shattered. He didn't even recognize her. Tears welled in her eyes, but she smiled. "You should." Before he could respond, she reached into her bag, pulled out the knife, and plunged it into his chest. Jake gasped, stumbling backward, eyes wide with shock. Blood bloomed across his shirt as he clutched the wound. Students screamed. Someone called for help. Chaos erupted around them, but Emily stood still, staring at him, her breath coming in ragged gasps. Jake fell to his knees, then onto the ground. Security tackled Emily before she could move. The knife clattered to the pavement. Sirens wailed in the distance as they handcuffed her. She smiled. Jake was hers now. Forever.